Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another very important and interesting topic. And I may have discussed karakas or significators earlier, briefly in probably maybe a video I can remember, but not in such detail. But I thought maybe I should make a video on the significator or karaka as it is called in Sanskrit per se. So, well, as we know that there are seven main planets other than Rahu and Ketu, and they all signify something, which again it's called Karaka, which is a Karak of something or a significator of something, as it's called in Sanskrit. So the planets, as we know, Sun signifies the father, Jupiter signifies the teacher, Mars signifies the younger brother, the moon signifies the mother, Venus signifies the wife, Saturn signifies the employee, Mercury signifies several things like trade and business, so on and so forth, as far as the planets are concerned. But in this shloka, the great sage Parashara has described the signification or karaka for each house or each bhava per se. As we know that there are 12 zodiac houses, 12 houses in a Vedic chart. So Maharishi Parashara has explained that each house has a significator in terms of a planet. So all the 12 houses, starting from the first house through the 12th house, has a significator through the planets. And I'm going to explain to you in a second how. So as per the sloka, the great sage Parashara says that Sun is a significator or karaka for the first house and only specific to the soul, the self, and the body constitution. So the Sun does not signify or is not a significator of the first house as far as father is concerned. So there's a slight distinction here, and one has to be very careful as to what the significators are and what the karakas are as far as the houses is concerned. So as per the great sage, Sun is a significator or karaka of the first house, definitely, but in terms of specific things like the soul, the self, and the body constitution, not the father. Similarly, Jupiter is a significator for the second house as far as the family, the finance, and very interestingly, wife is concerned. So you'll ask me, how come wife is associated with the second house? But then Sage Parashara has very clearly explained that Jupiter signifies the second house or is the karaka of the second house as far as family, finance, and wife are concerned. So one has to look at the placement of Jupiter as far as your readings are concerned, how it is placed in the chart, and then look at the second house for these things like family, finance, and wife, etc. Similarly, Mars is a karaka or significator for the third house, and that is in specific to the courage and the younger sibling. So once again, when you do a chart reading, look at the placement of Mars, whether it's placed well or not, and then you will be able to figure out what effect it has on the third house as far as the courage and younger siblings are concerned. Moon, as per Sage Parashara, is the significator of the fourth house, related to mother only. Now, as we know, the fourth house is related to, mansions and huge houses and your residence. But no, do not, when you do a reading, do not consider Moon as a significator or a karaka in specific terms of the first, of a karaka of the fourth house in terms of your residence is concerned. you have to consider moon as a significator or karaka as far as mother is concerned. So the sage has very clearly defined as to what planet is the karaka for what bhava or house related to what specific thing. Similarly, he has said that Jupiter is the karaka of the fifth house as far as progeny matters are concerned. Again, he says that Mars is the significator or karaka of the sixth house as far as enemies are concerned. And we all know that the sixth house is not only related to enemies, but it's related to diseases as well. But you will not consider Mars as a significator or a karaka of the sixth house as far as diseases are concerned. You will consider Mars as a significator of the sixth house only as far as enemies are concerned. So make a very good distinction here so that you do not make mistakes as far as your readings are concerned. Venus, as described by him, is a significator of the seventh house in specific relationship to wife. So Venus is the karaka of the seventh house as far as wife is concerned, not any other matters related to the seventh house. Saturn is a karaka or the significator of the eighth house as far as longevity is concerned. And going to the ninth house, the great sage Parashara has said that Jupiter is the significator or karaka of the ninth house as far as religion is concerned and as far as one's fortune or luck is concerned. Now, ninth house, as we know, is related to the father as well, but Jupiter is not a karaka of the ninth house as far as father is concerned. The great sage has very clearly mentioned that Jupiter has to be considered as a karaka or the significator of the ninth house as far as fortunes, luck, and religion is concerned. So religious matters, how religious a person is. Look at the placement of Jupiter and see what effect it is having as far as the ninth house matters related to religion are concerned. Going to the 10th house, Mercury is the significator of the 10th house as far as status is concerned. Going to the 11th house, Jupiter is described by the great sage as the significator of the 11th house is concerned, only related to matters related to your elder co-borns. Now, as we know, 11th house could be friends, could be income, but do not consider Jupiter as a karaka of the 11th house as far as friends or income is concerned. Only consider Jupiter as a karaka of the 11th house or the significator of the 11th house as far as your elder siblings are concerned. And going to the 12th house, the final house, Saturn is described by him as the significator or karaka of the 12th house as far as expenditure is concerned. And we know that 12th house is related to moksha as well. We know that the 12th house is related to matters which are related to life after death is concerned. But no, the sage has very clearly distinguished that Saturn is to be considered as a karaka or as a significator of the 12th house as far as expenditure is concerned. So hopefully you like this video. It'll make your readings a little bit easier and a little bit more accurate once we keep following all these shlokas and these directions given by these great sages, and then we can be a little more accurate. So I will meet you in my next video with another interesting topic. In the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.